You look so gorgeous in your quarantine.
Good to you.
I mean, how are you doing?
I'm great. I have to say, I'm enjoying the time being home because my kids are home, my husband's home, and we're usually all scattered. So I'm looking at the positives, and I'm so happy to be home with my family.
Yeah, I love that about you. So all the kids are with you because I know the last time that we talked, I mean, you had kids in different states. You had your daughter in her own apartment. So what's
I still have one out of state. I've got two home.
Oh, wow. Okay, so one of your sons is out of state?
Yeah.
How's that for you? Are you kind of freaking out or?
I'm not freaking out, but we're monitoring it every day. And he's happy. He wants to stay there.
Okay.
And he's safe, and he's doing everything he has to do.
Yeah.
But if we start shutting down, like flying within states, within the country, then Mama's gonna bring him home.
Yeah, absolutely. Where is he right now? What state?
He's in Minnesota.
He's in Minnesota. Okay, wow. What are you guys kind of doing to pass the time right now?
Well, we are cooking so much at home.
I know you have your cookware line.
I do have a cookware line, but we are we're taking the time to cook all the kinds of recipes that we never do because they take too long.
Sure.
And now we have tons of time. So we're like opening all the cookbooks that we never open up. And it smells so good in my house right now because my husband's cooking. And
what is he making right now?
I think he's making lentils, like a lentil stew.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
What have you made?
I made like this really good quinoa and black bean taco salad. It was vegetarian, but I've been in a bunch of cookbooks and it was so delicious. Lots of different veggies, and then the quinoa and the black beans tasted like taco meat.
Yeah. What do you and the kids kind of make of everything that's going on right now? I mean, are you kind of surprised by everything? Are you worried about the future? What's going through your mind?
Well, I think it's hard not to worry to some extent, but I'm not a big worrier by nature because there are things that are just out of our control, and it's not going to do any of us any good to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we have to take precautions. We can think about the future. There's lots to think about, but just to sit and worry does nothing. So I always look to the positive, and I always recognize that God's in control, and there's nothing that surprises God in the world. And that's where my faith really helps me get through trying times like this. Mm-hmm. And so there are going to be changes, and I tell my kids there's going to be changes, and life may be different after this. We don't know, but we're gonna take it as it comes, and we're gonna figure it out. And there aren't just a bunch of problems in life. There's solutions.
Yeah. Yep. In a sense, do you feel like your family's almost getting closer throughout this time because you're spending so many hours? You're not off on set filming right now, obviously.
Yes. Yeah. Totally. That's what I'm really enjoying, the takeaway from this whole pandemic, which is awful, but we get to have conversations, we get to talk, we get to be close and spend time that we wouldn't have had together. And I think that all families can look to that. Yeah. and friends. And I realize there's people that are sitting in their home alone too, and that feels so much more isolated and can feel awful. But that's what is amazing about social media and the internet and television, is that we're never really alone. We all have one another, and the world is so much smaller because of it. So, I think we're all rooting the whole world on, we're all there for each other, and that's a positive thing.
We're all in it together.
Mm-hmm.
Any challenges that you're experiencing?
Just the fact that I'm eating too much.
Yep, all the snacks, right?
All the snacks, all the cooking is great. We live in sunny Southern California, so we are still able to go outside. We've been taking hikes, we've been going on walks along the beach, and that's been really nice. And we're still able to keep our distance from everyone. We're going in more remote places, so we're not endangering other people or ourselves. but it's really nice to get outside. I think it's got to be very hard for people that don't have that accessibility to go outside.
Sure, yeah.
And to exercise and get fresh air as much, but I know that is kind of our saving grace. And I don't know, other than that, I'm like, we've just been playing puzzles or like, putting puzzles together. We've been playing board games. We've been watching Netflix. We've been cooking, hiking, biking, and jogging. Like, that's what we've been doing. And working out at home, doing my video apps.
Well, I was going to ask you, I know that you're big into fitness. So how are you kind of getting exercise in while at home? Like, are you using the at-home like workout apps right now?
Yeah, so if you follow me, you know that I'm a huge Kira Stokes fan, who is my fitness trainer, but she's in New York. I'm in LA. I don't see her in person very often. So I use her fitness app.
Okay.
And I've been using that every day at home, and I love it. I do that regardless of being quarantined.
Yeah. I love at-home workouts. The way the future and the way to go.
Yes, I love it. It's a killer workout, and then like to kind of get the extra cardio in, we've just been taking walks outside and hikes.
Yeah. Let's talk about how your projects are being affected by this. I mean, were you filming anything, or is anything kind of being put on pause right now with Hallmark, or kind of walk me through that?
Yeah, so we were in the middle of filming a new Aurora Tea Garden mystery for the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries channel. And we got in one week of production, and then we were shut down.
Okay.
And which I was very happy about. I thought that was the most responsible decision, and it was what the right decision. It was the right decision. Yeah. So I left Vancouver and immediately came back home to my family. And, we were all hoping that within 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we'd start production back up. But now watching the news every day, I don't see that happening. Yeah. And of course, I think that's the real struggle with so many of us, and the fear and the worry is our jobs. So many of us are not able to go and work, and we're restricted from doing that. So we think about all the bills that we have to pay, and our mortgage and our food and everything. And that affects every single person, no matter what your position is, no matter what your job is. And that's the unknown part. That's scary.
Absolutely. I mean, you're such a positive light. Do you have a message to families out there who are worried and stressed right now? Like, what would you say to them?
We're all worried. And I know that our country, we pull together for one another, and we all just have to do our part. And I know that I'm praying for all of us. And I'm also, looking at the organizations that I'm working with and talking to them and saying, what can we do for people? What can we do for people that aren't going to be able to pay their bills? And hopefully, the government, I'm watching the news every day. Yep. They're going to kick in and they're going to waive mortgage fees or your water bill or gas bill for whatever this period of time is. I hope and pray that happens. Because this is affecting everyone. But, in light of things, we still have to think about the fact that many of us have roofs over our head. Many of us have homes. We have clean water. We have the accessibility to get groceries. It might not be what we want exactly, but compared to the entire world, we are such a rich country and a rich people.
Yeah, very privileged.
Despite the level of what that is to you.
Going back to Hallmark, they are running a marathon of Christmas movies. Did you see that?
If that doesn't bring cheer, what will?
I know. Will you guys be tuning in, and what did you make of that news?
Well, I was delighted to hear. I had many, many fans reaching out on social media saying, please show the Christmas movies. They make us all happy. So I was happy that Hallmark heard the message and they're going to run them. I think my husband and my children will kick me out of the house if I turn my Christmas movies on.
What?
They're like, we deal with this once a year with you. Like, we're not doing this in March. We're not.
Yeah.
I think
You only get December.
I don't think I'm going to turn them on, but I'll tweet along though with people as long as I don't have to watch it. But let's face it, I made it. I know what happens. I can happily tweet along without watching.
Yeah, that's so funny. You do have an Aurora Tea Garden movie coming out in April. Is that still scheduled to air as planned?
It's still scheduled to air. I actually still have to do some of the sound work on that movie. And so it got canceled. And we're hoping that within the next week, or maybe even from home, I can do all the sound edits for it, because that's the only thing that's going to hold the movie up from airing is if we're not able to lock sound.
Wow. So are you going to get like a at-home microphone recording kit? Is that kind of what you guys are looking into right now?
We're talking about things. So we'll see what can be delivered.
Yeah. When do you think, I know you said you thought it was going to be a couple weeks, are there meetings happening where you're like, okay, maybe in 2 months we'll get back to work, 3 months? Is there a timeline at all right now?
There isn't, because the news is changing every day. We're getting all these updates and it's getting pushed. So it's really hard to plan anything, but we're all in communication. And at this point, it's a waiting game. I don't think we're going to have answers for at least another 10 days.
Yeah, I know. It's scary. Before I let you go, and thank you so much, by the way, for taking the time to do this with us and share updates. I know people are going to love to hear your positivity and your messages. We do want to do a little rapid fire with you if you're okay with that first. So
yeah, great.
Okay. So first of all, your go-to quarantine snack foods.
I've been trying not to snack. This is the problem. But there are these sumo oranges out right now. They're like a mandarin and they're so delicious and yummy. And so that's my sweet treat.
I love it. Yeah, I love that you're healthy, that you're being healthy when everyone else is like Oreos and cookies and...
I don't have it in my house. I don't buy it, so I can't eat it.
Okay. You mentioned that you guys are watching Netflix, so what are you binging right now?
Oh, well, I actually yesterday watched Hulu. I watched...
Little Fires Everywhere?
Yes. What is it?
Little Fires Everywhere?
Little Fires Everywhere. I watched 3 episodes of that yesterday. It was great.
I was going to say, what'd you think of it? Is Reese amazing? Kerry Washington?
Both my favorites. I love them. And I have to say the girl that plays Reese's oldest daughter in it reminded me so much of DJ Tanner in the 90s. I was kind of freaking out because just not so much her face, but just the clothes, the hairstyles, like they did an amazing job to bring it back to the 90s. And every time I looked at her, I just thought I thought DJ Tanner and Steve Urkel with her boyfriend. Like that's what I saw.
I love that. That's hilarious.
Or I should say Jaleel White, not Steve Urkel, but right, Jaleel.
Yeah. What other hobbies are you kind of taking up right now? Anything you're going back to? Other activities? What's going on?
Well, this has given me time to replant my garden that I have, although I haven't been able to go to the store to get seeds. Right. But we ripped up the old garden. I have some new books that I bought on composting because I have not tried that yet, and I'd like to start doing that. So that's the new hobby that I'm getting into.
I love that. Candace Cameron, the gardener.
Yep.
And then, what's your current live-at-home outfit? Like, what are you hanging out in? Are you sweating?
Well, I'm pretty much in sweats or jeans and a t-shirt and a sweatshirt. I've got my blessed day ever shirt. I always have positive messages on my shirts, and I'm pretty much, living in my Lululemon leggings or some sweatpants.
It's kind of nice, right?
It is. This is the first time I put makeup on in 5 days, and it's been so nice. I haven't blow dried my hair. I mean, I did today, but it's been all natural, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah, our skin is at least appreciating that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Before I let you go, anything that you want to say to your fans who are watching? Anything you want to add?
Oh, well, I mean, again, we're all in this together. and God's in control, and there's nothing that surprises him. So stay strong, read your Bible,
Yeah.
and just know that we're only a click away on the TV or on your phone, on the computer, and let's just laugh through this and think of all the good things and the positive things that we can take away from this time that we're together.